Hey guys, welcome back to Warhammer 40k Road Trader. So what we're gonna do is try and find this loot first, and then try to figure out where the Deptus Amasecus is. I think that's what it was called. I don't quite remember now. But yeah, try and find that place so we can pick up Jay Hadari, and then we'll head back to the voidship and see what Victus needs us to take care of. Okay, there's one set of goods. And then there's more down here somewhere.
Something ominous lurks ahead.
Up here. Okay. Unyielding Vanguard boots. All allies in a 2-cell radius around the wearer gain plus 40% bonus to resolve from the Unyielding Beacon ability. Okay. That seems pretty interesting. Now, do I want to interact with this thing? Dreadful Xenos. Coin for a go. Villainy, malice, habitat everywhere. Doesn't eat, feeds on. Okay. Emperor. Yaldari. So that's an elf. That's a dark elf, I guess. And a Xeno beast. Not exactly sure what happens, but since we're playing Iconoclast, I don't think we're going to do that. Let's keep going and try and find the
marching on.
Amasecus. Gunsmith skill, okay. Another leaflet, okay. Drusian Acolyte. Doesn't seem to be anything here to interact with at the moment.
The future is never certain.
Okay. Save it here, and then we're using another cogitator. Okay.
Activating motive force reserves.
More goods. Okay, so it's probably another poster of some kind. Save it a bit here first, and then we'll jump over. Some goods. Greatsword and Commander's Monocle. Whenever an ally under the effect of the wearer's Voice of Command ability makes an attack during an extra turn, this attack deals additional 3 times Fellowship bonus. That's actually pretty good. We'll test that out with Cassia. What's happened here? The numerous wounds and injuries indicate that this was a particularly brutal murder. The letters A and V are carved into the victim's shoulder blade. Okay. Well, seems to be all there is here.
Onward.
The warehouse. Store selling old knickknacks.
I dare not provoke the whispers.
Shoddy looking weapons. Okay. small food booth. Hieronymus Doloroso back down here. Carnival Barker. Medicaid Station. Pilgrim's Respite Refuge. Let's go up here for a sec, if we can. Not actually sure that we actually can, though.
If such is the Emperor's will.
Doesn't look like it. Surely there's a way up there. Not sure. Maybe we'll get to it later on somehow.
It is my destiny to traverse the unknown.
This is to the warehouse.
How can one find the right way without his light?
The rest of Footfall. Liege's Residence, Void Dock, Alpha Row. I guess we're going to Shadow Quarters because that seems to be where there's quite a few. Quite a few quests. Although I don't know if that's such a good idea. Because we do have a lot of injuries. So I might actually go back to the ship instead and then come back down. Just because I'm expecting we're going to have some fights. So I might just skip these loading screens first and then come back to you once I'm back on my way to getting back on the void ship. Okay, we are back. I actually had to reload an autosave because the right after we got into the shadow quarters there was actually a sort of dialogue. So I just ended up reloading to the autosave as we exited the Liege's Palace Zone, and then I ended up coming to Void Dock Alpha Row, I think it's called, so that we can get back to our ship.
Light of terror, guide our way.
A familiar figure turns to you. Heinrich Van Kalox, interrogator of the Order Xenos, bows his head. Respect, Lord Captain. Honored interrogator, what a surprise. Did you perchance leave something in your cabin? Not at all, First Officer Versarian. I'm not in the habit of leaving a trail, but I thank you for your concern. I'm pleased to see you again, Heinrichs. Glad to hear that my presence aboard your ship did not leave you with any unpleasant memories. I hope your disposition won't change once I have explained the reason for my visit. I was able to contact my mentor and report the tragic events that transpired on Rykad Minoris. I also received some information from my agents regarding the movements and actions of enemies of humanity, including the Xenos that we're assuming were involved in the theft of the star. According to their findings, the threat now hangs over other worlds, this time yours, Lord Captain. By the order of Lord Inquisitor Xavier Calcazar, whose duty is to stand sentinel over the Koronus Expanse, the rogue trader of House von Valancius is to take on board the agent of the Most Holy Inquisition and provide escort and support in deeds great and small that serve to safeguard the territories of the Imperium against its enemies. This decree is effective immediately upon announcement and remains in effect until decided otherwise by His Excellency Calcazar. All I got from it is that ridding ourselves of this snitch won't be easy. Heinrichs, would you mind translating the torrent of verbiage you just unleashed on me? Well, I think I know what he's saying. He's basically saying that the threat that affected the Rykad system has now gone after, I guess, the Von Valancius home system. I don't actually know which one that is. The one that has the Janus planet that the Liege wants us to be able to supply provisions from. So I think that he's saying he has to come along by decree of the Inquisition to deal with this issue. So let's instead say, what exactly caused this need to rejoin my crew? The cause is the activity of humanity's enemies, including the cult of the Final Dawn. In my absence, the situation in the Koronus Expanse has changed. I've received an exhaustive report from my agents. This heresy has taken root in the region where the Von Valancius worlds lie. You probably already know about the fate of the industrial world of Kiava Gamma. If not, then I will share what details I know, but not here. Better to talk on board where we will not be overheard. Okay. I guess we're going 3. I, Rogue Trader Stooge Von Valancius, welcome the agent of the Golden Throne aboard my ship and take on the responsibility of assisting him in the fight against the evil that threatens humanity. An answer befitting a righteous servant of the Emperor. If duty has brought you aboard the Rogue Trader ship once more, then such is the Emperor's will. Welcome back, Interrogator. Thank you, sister. It is an honor to be traveling with one of the blessed Adeptus Sororitas. Master Van Calox. Cassia's voice is brimming with genuine joy, which she immediately hides behind a facade of highborn primness. Since you are with us once more, I do hope that you'll find time to finish our conversation about the literary works of Bronhala the Blessed. I will make every effort, Lady Orselio. Ooh, Heinrich and Cassia. I must also deliver this to you. The Lord Inquisitor specified that the contents of this envelope are for your eyes only. I would ask you to read it as soon as you have the time. Okay. That is everything for the time being. Are you headed to the ship, or do you still have business on footfall? Whatever the case, I can either wait for you on board or accompany you as part of your retinue. Yeah, I think you can wait on board. That's fine. Okay. So as I was saying before, the Shadow Quarter Zone actually triggers a dialogue with the Argenta upon entry, so I reloaded to an autosave. And then I obviously picked it back up once we were back on the dock zone. Hopefully now that we've talked to Heinrichs, we don't have to keep coming back to the dock to get on the voidship. Hopefully we can do the same thing as on Rykad, where we could just go straight back to the voidship after we took out the big cannon, and then we talked to the governor at the bunker, and then the bunker gives you the option of going straight back to the voidship, which would make things a hell of a lot easier than trekking through 2-3 loading screens to get back to the dock, and then only then being able to get back to the voidship. Because I know Alcat's made quite a few quality of life improvements to the game from when they did Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, so hopefully that's one thing that they've also been doing, allowing you the choice to come back to the voidship. Lord Captain, the inspection of the ship's systems is complete. Tech priests are reporting the machine spirits are calm and satisfied. Everything is ready for onward travel, except there is an issue you must be made aware of. I have been studying the records left by the vessel's previous navigator. I wanted to double check the route to Dargonus and discovered that it does not match the one recorded in the Atlas. It is more than a minor warp fluctuation. The route has been wiped out, so it can no longer be used for traveling. To make matters worse, I started checking the paths from the atlas one after the other and saw the same thing everywhere. The warp is roiling with an ominous storm, bursting with vivid and screaming colors. It will not hinder our movement, but all previous knowledge is now utterly useless. Warp storms are our enemies, just like heretics and demons. It is a shame they can't be dispersed with a flamer or a bolter. Now we can be certain that problems with astropathic communication in the Koronus Expanse are no coincidence. There is a warp disturbance in your way, Lord Captain. It is swallowing messages and disrupting familiar routes. This means you need to locate key worlds of the Von Valancius Protectorate as soon as possible. I'm talking about Janus, Dargonus and Kiava Gamma. Charting new routes so they can be reached and restoring control will be the necessary next step. Okay. What would the consequences of losing contact with these worlds be? A world deprived of connection to its neighboring systems and the Koronus Expanse's infrastructure can only rely on itself, and their capabilities are often limited. For example, Janus does not have a fleet of its own. Pirates, cultists, heretics, xenos, anyone could prey on the helpless planet. The loss of communication is a threat to your position. A rogue trader with no protectorate to back them is one that grows weaker by the day. The Voxmaster is entirely correct. You are rogue trader Stooge von Valancius, the successor to Theodora von Valancius, one of the most influential women this side of the Maw. But you are also new to the business of governing. Many will doubt your competence and try to carve up your protectorate so they can snatch a piece for themselves. It is important to show your potential allies and foes that you are in control of the situation, which is why the sooner we reclaim these lost worlds, the better. Okay. What is your opinion? Which world should we deal with first? Rediscovering the Agri world will supply your protectorate with something none of your service can do without. Servants. Sustenance. The importance of basic supplies should not be underestimated. Just look at Footfall in its current pitiful state. That's kind of what I was thinking. On the other hand, I'm concerned by the rumors concerning Kiava Gamma. There have been no problems on Janus for many years, but something is very wrong with the industrial world right now. Delay may cost us the entire planet. I trust I do not have to explain the capital world. Losing it would make us the laughing stock of the other dynasties. Besides, the loss of chronicles and ledgers would spell a bureaucratic catastrophe. So all three systems are equally vital to the protectorate. It falls to you to decide which should be brought into the fold before the rest. Tell me about Janus. The surface of Janus was altered extensively so the planet could be designated an agri-world. It is a powerful food base capable of supplying the burgeoning protectorate and exporting provisions to the outer worlds at the same time. Janus owes much of its prosperity to Governor House of Viet. Under its leadership, the world has grown ever more prosperous year after year, securing shipments and taxes while keeping the workforce tight control. What is Kiava Gamma? Industrial world Kiava Gamma is being managed by the Governor House of Gap and supplies your protectorate with rare mineral resources. Additionally, the planet features an Adeptus Mechanicus Manufactorum that processes materials and prepares them for shipment. I testify that Kiava Gamma is a world marked by the Omnisci's patronage. By his grace, the manufactorums of the colony are inhabited by committed and industrious machine spirits. Mistress Tollyman neglected to mention that the Kiava Gamma Manufactorum also supplies heavy machinery from forage harvesters to vessel systems and components. You display commendable knowledge of our world's manufacturing capability, Van Calox. Pleased to be of service. What do I need to know about Dargonus? Dargonus is the heart and soul of your protectorate. It is where the main administrative resources and storage facilities are, and so is the Von Valancius Palace. If you would like to know, this is where you'll publicly accept the title of Rogue Trader. Dargonus is a major administrative hub that runs the cargo fleet and keeps track of finances. Very well, our course is clear. Do my officers have any other issues that require immediate attention? That is all, Lord Captain. The vessel and the crew await your instructions and are ready to depart for full immediately should you so desire. Okay. I don't think I'll be bringing Heinrichs with us anytime soon, so for now I think we'll just leave this level. I'm going to save it here. Let's see. Find out more about the strange gang. Reclaim what was lost, so that's restore the operation of the administrative apparatus on Dargonus. And then Kiava Gamma, and then shipments from Janus. Okay, secrets of the cult. The interrogator has asked the road trader to set aside some time for a private conversation, alright? Since we're here, I think we're going to talk to Heinrichs. Where is he? Oh, okay, went past him. Whoops.
To what do I owe this visit?
You wanted to discuss the nature of your mission.
Yes, but not here. I wouldn't want our conversation to be gossip fodder on the bridge and in the officers' mess.
Okay. Thank you for finding an opportunity to talk. I trust now would be a good time to explain the reason for my return aboard your ship. I welcome the chance to assist the Inquisition with its inquiries and Kalos. Well, Captain, your enthusiasm is commendable. Interrogator smiles, but his eyes remain cold. To business then. The cult of the Final Dawn. The madmen preach their heretical doctrine among the denizens of the Koronus Expanse, and instigate crimes against the throne and humanity. One such crime took place in your protectorate. The Lord Inquisitor considered it necessary to have one of his acolytes accompany the road trader on the voyage into the corrupted region. I also need to meet with one of my observers on the capital world of your domain. Lord Inquisitor... Oh, I didn't read the letter, actually. Maybe I should have. Got a Law Imperium option. Why would Auto-Xenos agents investigate a Chaos cult? You are well versed in how the Inquisition is organized. Yes, initially our arrival in the Koronus Expanse was dictated by the need to fight Xenos. But there is more. The cult is tangentially related to my main specialization. Perhaps I will be able to reveal the full truth someday, but right now I ask you to display humility and patience. Okay. The Lord Inquisitor mentioned in his letter that he is willing to show lenience towards my actions that would otherwise be interpreted as radical. That is correct. I should show greater tolerance for the mistakes of a newly appointed road trader. To be frank, I am surprised the Lord Inquisitor is not the type to indulge the weakness of soul and mind, even in someone who only recently accepted the burden of a lofty title. The Chaos cult in my protectorate, Heinrich, are you laying an accusation against my dynasty? Chaos treads softly stoops. The main danger of secret cults and sects is that they are like seeds. They can remain in the ground for decades, safe from all scrutiny until an opportunity to sprout, grow, and bear monstrous fruit presents itself. The emergence of a cult on one of the road traders' planets does not mean that Dynasty Head himself is a Chaos worshipper. Having said that, it should be noted that Theodora von Valancius was famous for her loose interpretation of the freedoms granted by the warrant. A bloodline can be stained by ancestral transgressions. If it is indeed so, it is in your best interest to do whatever necessary to redeem yourself, and then perhaps you will get a chance to salvage your dynasty's reputation. You have spies on the von Valancius worlds? The person I mentioned is not a spy, but a secretary in the Administratum Department on Dargonus. The planet's governor and Theodora were fully aware of his status. His duty is to fulfill the sacred oath to the Golden Throne and eliminate threats to the Imperium which the Koronus Expanse has in abundance. His name is Achilles Scalander. As soon as we contact Darkonus, I will introduce you as the new head of the dynasty. I'm sure you will appreciate the presence of such an advisor among your subjects, and I suggest you heed his words, at least occasionally. I want to know more about this cult of the Final Dawn. Chaos worshippers, most often agents of the throne, run into lone renegades stirring up the rabble, insane prophets and hysteric visionaries preaching the end of days. A passing comet, a mutant rebellion, an onslaught of monsters. Each time they come up with a new reason why people should prostrate themselves and quiver in fear. Much effort and the blood of those loyal to the Golden Throne was spent before we established the connection between those heretics. However, the cult of the Final Dawn is something greater than a gaggle of misguided seers and fortune-tellers. They cleverly spread their agents all over the Koronus Expanse, disseminating heresy among honest people on the Imperial worlds. There is a certain strategy to their actions that changes whenever we get too close, and finally they have enough military power to have had the 2 ships that we had sent after them later discovered as wreckage. The growing difficulty in making warp jumps is detrimental to us, but is unlikely to inconvenience those who engage in vile sorcery day in day out. After the events on Rykad Minoris, I suspected the cult might have built its nest inside Winterscale's domain, but the latest reports indicate it is your protectorate that is harboring heretics. Being in your entourage improves my chances of getting closer to their secrets. I've already agreed to give you a place aboard my ship. What else? The rogue trader should deliver me to the system that contains the industrial world of Kiava Gamma. I will then accompany you to the surface and determine what the cult is planning and how it intends to use the resources that have fallen into their clutches, which may very well include the blessed engines of the Adeptus Mechanicus and even the followers of the Omnissiah themselves. I will be frank. The answer to this question is unlikely to please either of us. The machinations of chaos usually go beyond solely inflicting countless deaths and destruction. Having their plans come to fruition would lead to far more terrible consequences. One of the systems in the Koronus Expanse is already lost. May the Emperor protect us from watching this tragedy play out again. Let us assume Kiava Gamma has fallen to heresy. What then? Will you again propose we destroy an entire planet? On Rykad Minoris, you made a decision that sent billions of souls into the grasp of the archenemy, an unreasonable and unforgettably high price for a small handful of people saved by your mercy. Do I consider it a worthy exchange? I most certainly do not. Will I make every effort to make sure such an exchange does not happen again? Of course I will. Sentimentality is a luxury I cannot afford. Yes, sometimes the good of the Imperium demands we turn a blind eye to the fate of its individual servants. You needn't have used the word sometimes. The good of the Imperium always prevails over the lives of its individual servants. I may sometimes falter, but that speaks of my weakness, not the generosity of my soul. Much hinges on the decisions made by the Inquisition, sometimes far more than an ordinary servant of the throne can see. Why did your suspicion fall on Kiava Gamma? Disjointed pieces of data that finally merged into a single picture. Additionally, not long ago, a vessel from the world that arrived on footfall. The reports from the crew were confused and alarming, making me fear a planet-wide rebellion. We met a Chaos Space Marine on Rykad Minoris. Do we risk running into his brothers? I have no doubt it will happen sooner or later, Stu. Chaos Marines siding with the cult is very, very bad news. Most likely they kept away until recently, pulling their puppet strings from a respectable distance. These traitors seldom show up alone. The best we can count on is having to deal with just a squad of Chaos Space Marines in the Koronus Expanse and not an entire company. I won't let anyone throw their weight around on my worlds, be they servants of Chaos, Xenos, or heretics. A commendable aspiration for a person who holds the fate of billions of people and dozens of Imperial worlds in his hands, which is why you need to be ever more vigilant when looking for seeds of corruption on your planet, lest they sprout someday and spell doom for whatever is tangled up in their roots. That is enough discussion about the archenemy servants. Tell me about the Drukhari who stole the Rykad's son. The Drukhari, one of the branches of the Eldari, an ancient and vicious Xenos race. Those creatures are a living terror to ordinary people who fall prey to their raids, for the simple reason that the victims are not killed outright but instead become their playthings. Just as you and I need air to survive, the Drukhari require psychic energy born from torment and pain, which they extract from their captives with uncanny expertise. Their ships, which are difficult to mistake for any other, arrive suddenly and undetected. Their stealth technologies greatly surpass the capabilities of standard Imperium auger arrays. The objective of their raids is never to capture a world or a ship, no, they are only interested in fresh victims. After filling their holds with living captives, they disappear into the webway, a different dimension which conceals their greatest stronghold, Komorrah, the dark city of the Drukhari, from which none can hope to escape. I do not know why the Drukhari stole Rykad's son and brought about the fulfillment of the cult's prophecies. Perhaps the Xenos themselves have played into the archenemy's designs, or perhaps Aurora's divinations, in fact, describe Drukhari's actions. There is only one thing I can say with absolute certainty. There is no alliance between the cult of the Final Dawn and the Xenos. It is simply impossible. I must go about my business. Is there anything else I need to know? Let me put it this way. You may think whatever you want of me, but my goal is not to hinder you. I am here to help you in the fight against foes you may not even be aware of. You have my word that I will provide every assistance in uprooting the heresy that has sprouted on the Von Valancius worlds while their master was away, and that I will try to be more patient with the less grievous flaws the bearers of the warrant are sometimes known to have. Thank you for sparing the time, Lord Captain. Okay. Very interesting stuff. I'm going to, yeah, let's save it here. And then I obviously have to decide if we want to do, go back and try and find where we can pick up Jay Haydari from, or if we should just go and start dealing with all these problems we're having on our home planets and systems. And yeah, once I've decided, we'll come back and get started on that. So I think because all the stuff in our homeworld seems to be kind of time sensitive, I think what I'll do is we'll make our way over to, I guess, one of the three more important systems in our protectorate. Still not sure which one we want to do first. If we want to do industrial world, our administrative world, or the system with Janus in it. But I think for now we'll just head out. And then we'll try and learn about how to get everywhere. Fuel for the Faith. Okay, more quests. So we'll try and figure out how we can navigate between systems and all that kind of stuff, just so that we're learning something new about game and game mechanics, and instead of more dialogue, even though some of the dialogue is always very interesting. Lord Captain, we are once more within reach of the Von Valancius Protectorate. Of utmost urgency is restoring communication with your planets and bestowing the wisdom of your decrees upon their stewards, developing colonies, claiming new territories, and establishing trade links. All this is now your privilege and burden. Yes, indeed. So, how do we get out of here? Inventory, journal, Corpus Valancius, voidship management, cargo manager. Okay, it's the codex. Settings. people, Furibundus. Dead world already explored. So how exactly do we get out of this system? Voidship management. Map of the Koronus Expanse. Okay, maybe that's what it is. That's a bit confusing. Okay, so that is it. Travel between systems is fraught with mortal peril and takes place in another dimension known as the warp. Only a navigator can plot a course through the warp to other star systems. Click the circular button at the bottom of the screen to have the ship's navigator chart new routes to the system you have selected. To initiate travel, click left mouse button on a system and press the warp travel button. A route's color is an indication of its danger level. Green routes are the absolute safest. Yellow routes signal that unpredictable events can occur during the jump. Orange routes denote a high probability of the ship coming under attack even in the warp. Red routes are a sure sign that the ship will be assaulted by hostile forces during travel. The ship's navigator can make a route safer by spending points of navigator's insight, which can be acquired by discovering and scanning new systems throughout the Koronus Expanse. Okay. Well, where are we? Cineris Maleficum. Okay. God Emperor Scourge. Foundling Worlds. Koronus Expanse. The Cauldron. So we're here. Furibundus. To Flagship. Okay. Chart new routes. Cradle of Kepri. Okay. Special routes. Standard scanning could not reveal a route to the selected system, but you can still get there by spending points of Navigator's Insight to plot a guaranteed direct path. Click the left mouse button on the system and use Navigator's Insight to chart the course. To the Imperium. Omicron System Speculo. Known star systems. Doesn't say anything. This is an uncharted system. It's safe. Do we know what makes them not safe? Okay. Doesn't look like it. Nope. Okay. I guess we'll warp travel here. This is an uncharted system. Let's visit, and then we'll start doing some scanning to see if we can unlock anything. So we're here. Pirates. Let's save it here. Okay. There's two things here. Okay. I'm gonna run into the pirates. Let's see what happens here. Guessing some kind of fight, since it looks like it's a red zone, so might be some voidship battles. Maybe I didn't check to see if I'd updated our voidship setup. Yep, we do have combat. And we're going last. Of course we are. Okay, so it's this guy's conveniently in front of us. Long-range lance weapon. Torpedo tubes. Okay. That's fine. Shoot. Okay, that guy's there, that guy's there. So there's 2 ships here. Let's go in this direction. And then we will fire at them. Good hit, good hit. Dorsal, and we should be taking them out. Really? We missed one? Jeez. Okay. I guess that's our turn ended. Kinda sucky that we didn't kill these guy off. Master of Etherics. Okay, we didn't win turn. Oh, you must reach one of these cells. Okay, let's go this way then. Does that mean we can use our other weapon that we haven't? No, we can't. Okay. And we turn all the way around and get some shots on them. Hopefully. Oh no, we can't. Let's drop some torpedoes then. Nope, can't do anything. Prow weapons won't hit. That's a shame. I guess that guy's buggering off. At least that's what it seems like anyway. Miss. Finally got a miss. Okay, so the torpedoes. Can we? It doesn't look like it. Okay. Well, that's fine. It looks like these guys are in our voidship ram. Okay. How about we do this first? I think this will get... Oh, not quite. Okay. Alright, nice. Wonder if that does anything. The explosion, I don't think it hit us, but not entirely sure. Ooh, I don't know if I wanted to go right next to our own torpedoes, but oh well. Never mind. That did not look like a good choice. Still getting used to the angles of all the guns and everything. And yeah, I think that's as far as we can go. That guy's buggering off. What's this guy doing? Torpedoes. Okay, nice. Alright, and I should be able to catch this guy too. Do I not move anymore? Well, I'll just use the dorsal. 3. Still haven't got to level 1, unfortunately. We've got some scrap though. Okay. That's good. Scan this planet then. So this is Soto's tomb. Planets in the Koronus Expanse are teeming with valuable resources. Before these resources can be harvested, however, an extractium needs to be set up on the world's surface. Scan the planet, then select the icon of the resource you are interested in to deploy an extractium. Click accept to confirm your choice. You can see how many extractiums you have available in the bottom right corner of the screen. Okay. Resources are required to develop colonies and complete contracts. You can also use them to trade with various factions. New contracts are now available in the journal. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. That improves profit factor, it seems. Yep. Contracts are requests issued by your colonies. By fulfilling them, you can obtain resources, increase your profit factor, or receive unique items. Sometimes fulfilling contracts offered by one colony can affect the productivity of other colonies. Okay. Fulfilling contracts costs a certain amount of resources or a share of your profit factor. A contract's description contains both the costs associated with it and the reward you will receive. You can fulfill a contract by selecting it in the journal and clicking complete contract. Okay. Well, I guess I have 5 extractium, so let's use that. Soto's tomb. I guess since we're here, we can explore it. Imperium cartographers and chroniclers know this place well. Long ago, the planet was a prosperous outpost capable of eclipsing even footfall. There used to be a Cyclopean tomb station on its orbit, the final resting place of Cornelius Soto, one of the discoverers of the Koronus Expanse. The tomb gave its name to the entire system. Okay. However, about 400 years ago, an unknown cosmic body rammed into the station, causing it to collapse onto the planet. Not only did the catastrophe kill the settlers, it also made the world uninhabitable for centuries. The crater formed by the station's impact can still be observed from orbit. Soto's tomb became a sepulchre for the entire planet. This sordid place has neither life nor loot, but knowing the nasty tricks that life can pull is a treasure in its own right. Already explored, okay, so nothing really happened there. We have 5 plasteel now, okay. We'll save it here. Trophies, fuel, okay, interesting. Bit more cargo for us. More cargo again, alright. Let's head out then. We might check out our ship. Ship is a bit damaged, so we might want to make sure we're not doing too bad. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Upgrades. Don't have enough yet. Posts. Master of Etherics. Okay, that's a bit weird. Awareness 75. Idira. Warp Channeler. Cassia. We definitely need Cassia as our Supreme Commander. Master Cannoneer, she's definitely Argenta. Persuasion skill required, really? Shield Master, Master of Maneuvers. Athletics. Law Warp. Law Warp for Cassia, but yeah, okay. Era, awareness, Etherics. That's kind of weird. Okay, everything seems to be okay. Let's chart new routes. Avorius. Telecos Epsilon. Okay, this is where we need to go. To try and get to, at least that's one of our home worlds. Warp travel. It's unsafe. I wish to inform you that the sacred rituals addressed to the spirit of the ship have been performed. The techno liturgy and the rite of the machine blessing ended with a data meditation in order to comprehend the nature of the miracle sent down by the Omnissiah. Acquisition of sacred knowledge has not been recorded. How the spirit of the voidship was able to call upon the power of the machine god and activate the warp drive remains an unknown. Yet during my meditative ritual, the Omnissiah gave me an equally valuable revelation. The sacred spirit that lives in the bowels of the ship's mechanisms differs from other analogous forms. This spirit holds a unique power that cannot be called anything less than a blessing of the machine god. So what does this mean? Hypothesis in extremis, the ship's spirit is capable of making unpredictable calculations and actions. It is impossible to predict how it will behave in any given situation, but I believe the spirit is currently showing obedience, at least for now. I recommend that we continue monitoring the ship and be prepared for new manifestations. Okay, remind me what you wanted to find out. When the ship's warp engine was filled with motive force despite the massive computational errors, a true technological miracle was achieved. No doubt it was the grace of the Omnissiah, but no such occurrences have been described in the catalogue before. Hoping to gain sacred knowledge of the nature of what happened, I embarked on blessed research and prayer. Okay, thanks for the report. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. Okay, let's visit this system. Okay. Hulk. Save it again here. Let's head over to this planet. Begin scan. 50 XP. Provisions not explored. Smuggler's Cave. Jungle world added to the worlds of the Expanse. Rykad Minoris was a jungle world. Avioris. Okay. And we just found an ice world in Soto's Tomb. Rocky world. Urak 5. Rykadiphilia. Okay. Dead worlds. Cad Majoris. Furibundus. Explorer for Dead world. Okay. Interesting. Do we want to set up extractium for these provisions? Smuggler's Cache. Okay, collect all. I guess we do, since we do need provisions to fulfill our obligations, or, well, if we decide to fulfill our obligations to the Liege of Footfall. We can scan again. Not explored. Plasma batteries, okay. The Hulk is something that's going to be interesting. Wonder what we'll get from that. I happen to have read about burning worlds in Pandora. It is said the fires there have been raging for close to a century, though no one knows how. How long has this one been burning? Okay, so it's a burning world where there's absolutely nothing on it. Study 10 planets. Give the planetary data to Opticon 22. Okay. Adamantine. The Hermitage. A small human dwelling stands on this barren, deserted planet. Scouts report that an old hermit lives there who spends his days in prayer to the Emperor. Ask the old hermit for a blessing. To the Lord Captain's surprise, the old hermit turned out to be a navigator and when the old man discovered the noble status of his visitor, he willingly recounted his tale. He had retreated to this planet long ago, back when he was still in his youth, after he had realized that his mind would not withstand frequent forays into the Imperium, the realm of the archenemy. The hermit spoke with pride about how he had worshipped the Emperor each and every moment of his life, but when he mentioned the golden light of the Astronomicon, his voice quivered. When his guests left, he stared after them for a long time, his gaze filled with sadness. Interesting. Let's take this adamantine, since we're here, and then we'll save it, and let's check out this hull. Could be in for a bit of a surprise. Ah, okay, it needs a scan too. That's interesting. Drifting voidship. Okay. Looks like we're going to see some action of some sort. Since it's just, I guess a drifting voidship might not be too large of an exploration. And we'll see how this goes. There's obviously something here. Can we get to this thing? 100%? Nope, can't reach it from down here, obviously. Oh, poison runs through mechanical veins. The path to your goal seems easy as long as you do not turn back. Fires rage in an iron heart. Okay. Not sure how we get up there, but I guess we might find out through this door. There's a door here.
I go where the whispers lead.
There's whatever is behind that. Let's go here. The stomach-turning bloody smears on the wall form a malevolent symbol. The blood seems to have penetrated deep into the metal. That does not sound so good.
Cast your eye there.
Demolition.
Something ominous lurks ahead.
Alright. This is how we get to the goods then, I suppose. A lot of cargo and a few more items. Okay. Let's move along. Quick save it.
So shall it be.
The whole sounds produced by the ventilation systems create the illusion that the ship is breathing like a living and terribly sick creature. Okay.
Quiet.
Okay, this...
They're trying to tell me something.
What is that? Mad tech priest. Are we in for a fight? Maybe. This tech priest can barely stand. From the many wounds where pieces of flesh used to be, blood mixed with oil is seeping out. That doesn't sound so good. Take that. Abelard spots a trap. Where's this trap? Huh? Where's the trap? Man, I hate this. Down here. Dark reddish blotches form the words "O Omnicide, the hour is upon us."
Calculating optimal route.
That's kind of freaky. Okay. Surely the trap has to be in here then, somewhere.
I'll guide your vessel and lead you on your way.
Okay, demolition. Did we find a trap in a room that we hadn't even opened yet? That's kind of odd.
The Emperor favors me today.
Okay. Cargo. Provocateur's helmet applies a -10 penalty to perception for all attacks made against the wearer and to all enemies in a 2-cell radius from the wearer. Alright, let's
This master-crafted patella augment
see
is not
what's
fit
happening
for a
around this
servitor.
side. Open the damaged door.
Error. Making adjustments.
Well, then
My
let's
knowledge
use...
has its limits.
What? What is going on here? Okay. Failed at 70% that many times? Jeez. Okay. You imagine he's playing tricks on you, making you see faces twisted in a scream in the stains on metal. On the metal, okay.
I'll chart a course
Sounds
for
like
you.
some heretical stuff is going on here. There's another tech priest in here. Is he gonna say anything? Clutching the soldering iron in his left hand, priest casually solders the contacts on the implant in his right hand to the panel. Alright. This thing is electrified. What's going on? Emperor, protect us. This is a house of darkness and corruption. One of many modules providing power to the massive ship. Okay. Tech use, come on. Let's not fail it so many times. Okay, we passed. Behavior of the Transformers was caused by no common mechanical malfunction. It is possible that the cause is of supernatural origin. Okay. I guess the only way is through this place.
The world is full of colors I have never seen before.
Don't like that we have to pass through electricity though. We'll pick up injuries. Yup, we did. Okay. Cut the power. What horrors is this gonna... Forge Fiend. Raging Fiend effect applied. Law Warp.
Why? Haven't I studied hard enough?
Reveals nothing. Perhaps a strange vision was mere trick. Wow, that's not very handy. Failed the Law Warp test. 61%. Okay. Okay. So we have to go through here.
Blessed be the road that we take.
Scraps of skin and broken nails and teeth are stuck in the ragged grooves on the bulkhead. Someone made a frenzied attempt to scratch the blasphemous symbol into the metal, showing themselves no mercy. Yeah, there's some weird heresy stuff going on in here. And I think all those faces in the walls are actually actual inhabitants that have been, yeah, I guess absorbed into the wall. Cursed flesh, you betray me. I'm drowning in the mire of flesh and sinew, but my spirit longs for the perfection of the machine. Tech comrade, you are in need of a ritual protocol of repair. We will mend you. Yes, we will mend you. That's not so cool. Save it. Attempting to arrest the rogue trader's companion on his lordship's own vessel is beyond the pale. I hope the Inquisition does not come after you itself in the future, Magos. Okay.
Whatever you wish.
The way over there. Alright. So we need Argenta to walk all the way around. And she failed and suffered trauma. Okay. Of course we fail a 95% check. Why wouldn't we?
The machine god grants me insight.
Okay. 10 weapon skill and 5 strength. Oh, okay, that's pretty good actually. The metal feels a little warm and somewhat moist to the touch, remarkably similar to living skin. Okay, where do we go from here? I guess we
A nice little stroll.
have to go through here. Compressor, main hull cogitator. Pressure per expected value 10. 4. 5. Okay, someone's gotta
What
go
advice
through.
do you seek? We should deal with this.
Awareness test succeeded. What did he see? Okay. Clear the passageway, that's fine. 7. 10. Restoring settings to initial value. Expected value 10. Okay. 5. 9. 10. Okay. Gas is gone. Save it and turn on the backup generator. More visions. Okay. All this spiky stuff. And I'm guessing because we saw that Raging Fiend effect, I'm guessing
The future is never certain.
we have to fight a Forge Fiend soon. It's gonna suck with these injuries. Crippled leg. Broken ribs is not good. Agility reduced by 20, not good. Strength and toughness reduced by 20. Action points reduced by 1. Wowzers, okay. That is rough. Ah, there's not much point healing that up now, is there? Okay.
Attention to
Settings
detail
again.
is the key to success.
Some traps. Right.
Sins
Genta.
hidden in the heart turn all to decay.
You disarm it. Right. It's good. This episode is starting to did a bit longer than I wanted, so I might end it here. And yeah, I'm predicting there's going to be a bit of a fight. At least a couple of fights anyway. I'm expecting one against the Forge Beam. So it seemed like we'll have to fight a lot of Tech Priests too, because they were given some sort of buffs. So check that out as we try and get out of here. Still got to explore that room that we didn't open at the very start of this place. So we'll see how that goes, and then yeah, we'll get off and continue exploring the Koronus Expanse with our voidship, and yeah, hopefully making our way to our homeworlds. So that's what we'll do in the next episode. Continue getting out of here, since it looks like we've reached the other than the door we haven't opened. So once we fight our way out of here, we'll go back to charting a route to our home system. Thanks a lot for watching. See you then.